Welcome students. This is the second part of the chapter number system. In the first part of this chapter, I have skipped the definition of real number. In place of real number, I have told many times that is real number, but I give definition of rational number. But in place of rational number, 3 or 4 times I have pronounced real number. No, sorry for that. But real number is all the numbers in our universe except imaginary number. Except imaginary number, all the number exist in our universe, that is real number. And real number separated in two parts, that is rational number and irrational number. So real number consists of rational number and irrational number. Okay, now come to this question that every natural number is a whole number. We have to say that the statement is true or false. First of all, what is natural number? Natural number is defined denoted by n. That is, natural number means 1, 2, 3 and continuing. And what is whole number? Whole number says number starts from 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 continuing. So every natural number is a part of whole number. That's why if I draw the true circle, if it is whole number, it will be natural number and 0. So that statement is true. Okay, so every natural number is whole number. The next question, every integer is a whole number. Integer means integers minus infinity to 0 to plus infinity. And whole number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and continuing. So only this part is whole number, but this part not belongs to whole number. That's why that statement is a false statement. Why? Only the positive integers and 0, including 0 and positive integers, are whole number, but negative integers are not part of whole number. So every integer is not a whole number. That is false statement. And last statement, every natural number is whole number. First of all, what is rational number? Rational number is those numbers which can be expressed by p by q, where q not equal to 0 and p, q are integer. And whole number means 0, 1, 2, 3. It means those rational number whose denominator is 1, those positive rational number whose denominator is 1, those numbers are called whole number. But all the rational number, let example 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is a rational number, but 1 by 2 is not a whole number. So that statement, every rational number is whole number, is a false statement. That is false. Okay, now exercise 1.2. The first sum, every irrational number is real number. We have to state that is true statement or false statement. Okay, the every irrational number is, first of all, what is real number and what is irrational number? Real number is all the number except integer, except imaginary number. And irrational number, those number which cannot be expressed as p by q, where p q are integer and q not equal to 0. Obviously, we have seen earlier that irrational number is a part of real number. Irrational number is part of real number. So every irrational number is real number. So that statement is true statement. Okay, every irrational number is a real number because every irrational number is a part of real number. That's why every irrational number is real number. Next question. Every point on the number line, is of the form root n, where n is a natural number. The statement is false. Why it is false? Because only positive numbers can be expressed as root m form. Negative numbers which are on the number line cannot be expressed as root n form. That's why the statement is false. And last one, every real number is irrational number. Every real number is irrational number. That is also a false statement. Why? Irrational number is a part of real number, but converse is not true. Because we have seen that circle which represents irrational number lies under the rational number. But if I take a number here, that is a real number but not the part of irrational number. So every real number is not irrational number. That's why it is a false statement. Okay, in exercise 1.3, first we have to learn three terms, that is non-terminating, terminating and recurring. Non-terminating means those number which doesn't have any end. Those numbers are called non-terminating number, which have end, terminating number and recurring number. So non-terminating means if I put here 0, 1.23 and continuing, which have no end, that is non-terminating. Terminating means 0.12. Okay, that is a terminating number. And recurring number means if I put a number that 0.12, 12, 12 and continuing, if this part repeats many times, those numbers are called recurring numbers. In exercise 1.3, first term 36 by 100, we have to classify the type of this fraction, these decimals. Okay, 36 by 100 means 0.36, that has an end, so it is a terminating decimal. Okay, 1 by 11, 0.090909 and continuing. First, and this part is repeats many times, that's why you can write it 0.09 whole bar. That number is non-terminating and recurring number. Recurring number. Okay, and 33 by 8, 4.125, that is a terminating number. 4.125, that has end, that's why terminating number. 3 by 13, 0.230769230. If I divide it 3 by 13, we get the result. Here, that part, okay, that part 3 by 13 means 0.23076923079 and continuing. So this number repeats this portion. Okay, that's why this decimal is non-terminating and recurring. Last one, 2 by 11, 0.181818, that's why that part is repeats, then that's why 0.18 whole to the power part. This number is recurring and non-terminating.